All right. Happy Wednesday, everyone. So, I know I said I was going to do demos on Thursday, but I figured we'd at least, since I just finished Tales of Iron 1, we'd at least look at the demo of Tales of Iron 2, because it's not out yet. See if it looks any good. I do love the snow aesthetic, so I figured we'd try that out, depending on how long it takes. I got some other demos to check out. I'm thinking either continuing on because they just did all like the indie showcase and everything. Continuing on with that tomorrow, or I think that's starting Disco Elysium. I had that just kind of sitting in my library for a while. I wanted to play it, and I'm hoping it's a good fit for stream. I think it's a little more talkative one, I guess. So anyway, let's check this out, see how it goes. Let's see. So we'll probably want those two on the same. That seems different. Pretty sure that was a ranged attack before. What's on left bumper then? Maybe I'm thinking something different. Okay. Stun breakout. We got that now. That's new. Fairy tale mode. Let's do regular mode.
In the north, they thought they knew all there was to know of war. Until
Ooh, the bats. That's gonna be interesting.
war of the rift. While the southern king hid, warm in his keep, the Darkwings cut their bloody trail from frozen north to winter's edge.
It's basically Game of Thrones.
Alone, the warden and his small garrison turned their whiskers to the icy wind. At the end of hope, in a last barrage, they wiped Batkind from the land and memory. With no sign of the Darkwing's return, in time, few believed them little more than a fairy's tale. But at Mount Cauldron, time had been all they needed. An old enemy claws free of their icy tomb and hungers for vengeance. But not all is lost. King Rattus brings north a cause for hope. A bastard prince,
Oh my god,
placed
it
in
is
the
just Game
paws of the
Thrones.
Warden of the Wastes to raise as his own. A secret of blood never to be told. Now, fate calls for a hero in a murderous screech, and one young rat will answer.
Well, that's all the demo is. It's just a cinematic. Let's sum this up.
The stomp of his father's boots on the stair was how every morning began for Arlo. The booming shout to ready himself was louder still, but such was Lord Avor's zeal at a new day. Dawn was breaking over Winter's Edge, and Arlo was yet to miss one.
Okay, so instead of like the different race or species resistances, we now just have like a poison and electric resistance. So this gives electric but reduces poison. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Iron sword, iron axe. Just weight and damage. Okay. That's it.
The castle echoed with the horns of the returning hunters, bringing their night's bounty. Arlo's little heart quickened to hear it. The only thrill to be found inside the high walls was a hunter's tales of what lay beyond them. Arlo tells himself it's a good life here in Winter's Edge. The bustling of contented ratfolk, the crisp mountain air, and without the endless scourge of frogs the southerners suffer. Why should he want for more? Arlo has no memory of his mother, but Hilda's food was a true taste of maternal kindness. With the right ingredients, she would make meals nourishing to body and soul.
Seems like similar
There was
mechanics.
no time for tales of the hunt today. Lord Eivor was already dividing what was an excellent haul, happy to see his people provided for. Arlo longed only to join the hunt, to see the Ratdom or even the lands beyond. His father called it a fool's wish. Arlo's destiny was unshakable, much like the keep that would become his by birthright.
Okay, what are we doing? Oh, I see. That's going to divvy up the spoils.
Tiki's shop was perhaps Arlo's favorite, as the shopkeeper had wares from far and wide. But getting him to part with his curiosities was never easy.
Heck yeah. What is that? A bug's leg, some water, and garlic? Alright.
Chief Mason Leaf was the rat Arlo most admired. As younger brother to Lord Eivor, his carefree uncle never faced the burden of being Warden of the Wastes. With walls this strong, his duties were light, leaving him plenty of time for his nephew.
And one more. Blacksmith.
Krunk was a rat's rat, with no interests beyond his forge. If you have the parts, this Mastercraft's rat can make armor and weapons that would see off a sky scorcher bite, or so he claims. Arlo wondered how well they'd do against something that wasn't a
Interesting.
myth.
But looks like you add electric and poison to. Looks like the weapons might dull. Do they have like a sharpness stat? Make wood armor. Alright. Spears. And of course axes. Oh, okay. Well, what do I want to make? I guess a spear, since I don't have one? Okay. I think that was it, right? Yeah, now we go back to talk to the Lord. That's cool.
The hunters had brought unwelcome news. A family of the reviled creatures ratfolk called backstabbers had moved into the wastes. Eivor told his son to fetch his weapons.
And we still have the bench mechanic.
His father had no explanation for suddenly taking Arlo on a hunt. It even gave the hunters pause. Arlo had been taught to fight, and better than most. But rarely had he been tested.
Oh,
He was
nice.
determined to prove himself. The
Grappling
rugged
hook.
terrain of the outskirts could have taken all day to traverse, but Arlo's trusty grappling hook allowed him to swing between its many crevices.
That's cool. I like that. That's a good addition.
Arlo liked the feel of a sharp axe cutting through the vines. The wilds were part of his home, and nothing in them would frighten him. The famous frostberry bushes of the wastes were in full fruit already. Their juice made a healthy tonic, though Lord Eivor preferred them fermented. His father was a sturdy rat, built for
Fermented.
strength, not speed. So Arlo found it curious that he challenge him to a race. The prospect of the hunt had filled Lord Eivor with a vigor that his son had not seen in years, or at least since breakfast. A warden fights the hardest battles, he told Arlo, and needs the sharpest blade. With that, Eivor gifted Arlo his own sharpening whetstone.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. Wow. Yeah, so like I thought the sharpness actually affects the damage.
Whether these beasts were named for their spines or for some past unforgivable deed, no rat knew. Either way, Arlo was about to find himself at the pointy ends of this brood. Even young backstabber red attacks were brutal, but a well-timed dodge would see Arlo escape unscathed. This backstabber lived up to its name with its
That's cool.
deadly
I like
white
the whetstone
attack.
thing.
But Arlo's shield could block the deadly spikes.
Or I could just jump over it. That was good.
This young one used vicious yellow attacks. Arlo had to time his parries perfectly.
Alright.
This mother had left her young to fight alone, but the same could not be said of Lord Eivor as he leapt to his son's side.
Ooh. Ow.
It was Lord Eivor's mighty blade that took her head, but the fight was won together.
Oh, interesting. Makeshift sword. A lot less damage. Store it. Guess it doesn't really matter, because we can change our equipment at any point. Okay. Can't go that way.
Arlo basked in his father's pride, almost as warm as at the fire inside Winter's Edge.
So it's a lot more crafting. Someone's gonna have to fix that bridge. I bet it's gonna be me.
Triumphant and keen to tell the tale of his son's victories, Lord Eivor set to a night of drinking with the elders.
I like the little lantern. They'll change the lighting there. Oh. Hey, drinking horn. Oh, you're getting a little faded there. Alright, well, now what? Back to bed? Okay.
Arlo was reluctant to return to his bed, wondering how long he must wait to hunt again. The booming footsteps that woke him this time were nothing like those of his father.
Okay, then. Okay. Combat feels mostly the same, except for the sharpness.
He had found his father. The warden stood alone, holding back a whole Darkwing army, their cruel Count Kazak leading them. His father charged, but the Darkwing Count was as fast as he was strong. The Winter's crown tumbled to Arlo's feet, now without a head to rest on. There was no time to grieve his father, as from above the Count revealed his greatest weapon, a Sky Scorcher. Not a fairy's tale, but an undead beast whose very breath could level kingdoms.
I don't know.
And its eye was trained on Arlo. All that came next was a fog of bloodlust, snapping jaws, and the beating of leathery wings.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do there.
But there could be no victory. Arlo awoke, groggy and warm to his father's shouts. Only he wasn't in bed. The warmth was from the fire that had engulfed Winter's Edge, and the shouts were his uncle's. The only other survivor of the Darkwing attack. Leaf was bruised and his hind paws barely steady. He'd seen villagers flee to the outskirts. Arlo knew it was up to him to make them safe.
Well. Well, starts similarly to how the other one started. Everything's great until it's not.
He'd know these anywhere. Krunk's smithy hammer and Hilda's chef's knife. Arlo wondered why they would leave them here.
All right. Okay, so we got ice resistance too. So yeah, there's just a whole bunch of elemental resistances. Ooh. And some fire damage there? Hmm. Spears seem pretty good in this.
With the attack at Winter's Edge, no hunters had come to check their traps. Arlo thought he might find a use for them.
Okay. Alright. Let's see. Items. Okay, it's already right there.
Arlo had found the reason his friends had fled. The taunting shrieks revealed that this was Baron Frostovic, son of the Darkwing who took his father, and therefore a perfect target for his revenge.
I have to use the whetstone a lot. I feel like the combat flow is a little bit better too. Oh. Okay. I thought I was blocking. I guess not. Oh my gosh, those traps are so nice for those kind of attacks. Hello? Healer? Why can't I turn left? I can roll left, but I can't. Okay. I can't change direction. There you go. Doesn't matter.
His foe was beaten, but seeing what had been inflicted on Hilda and Krunk, Arlo's need for vengeance was only growing.
Alright. Well, that is the demo for Tales of Iron 2. It's a lot more of the same. But, I mean, it's a good thing. Like, it wasn't... It's a lot of pattern recognition from enemies. Like, Dark Souls or anything. So that's good. I like the aesthetic. It's pretty cool. Oh, check this one out. I think it's supposed to come out definitely towards the end of this year, I believe. I don't think it says anything, but maybe. No, not in here. Okay. Well, that did take a little bit. I don't know. Worth trying to get another demo in here for the next few minutes, but I think we're going to do Disco Elysium tomorrow. I think it's a good one to start. So anyway, I will see you guys around 5 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. We'll start an actual game. I just wanted to try this demo. So thanks for hanging out, and we will see you tomorrow.